I think there's gonna be brown running down the shower drain today, Jules.
Yeah.
Thought we were done with the moon dust stage. Jules,
Yeah.
What is that all behind you there? Wow.
All of this monster stuff, this is conduit.
Oh, we've got conduit, man. We have got 2-inch conduit. We've got 3-inch conduit. We've got copper wire, 3-inch long sweep 90s, and 2-inch long sweep 90s. All kinds of fun stuff. And look at that, man. What is that thing? Ah, what's going on? And then we've got a bunch of wire right here as well. This guy's right here is going to be the pedestal for, yes, it's grid power. It is grid power. We're hooking up to the grid, but it's a good thing. We're still staying off grid, right? So we're going to be, is that like an oxymoron? We're going to be on grid, but off grid. Physically, we're going to be connected to the grid, but electrically, we're going to be off grid, if that makes sense at all. Let's jump in, get re-familiar with the excavator, and I'll show you what we're going to be working on. Forgot. Lift this up first. There we go. Don't tear up the lawn, Marty. We got to turn very gently. Otherwise, man, you tear up your lawn in a hurry with these things. I did tear it up a little bit. Well, that's the way it goes, I guess. All right, there we go. We can go straight now. Whew, so, my friends, yes, you saw that we're hooking up to the grid, but I was telling you that we're going to be off grid still, and yet on grid at the same time. How's that work? Well, we're going so slow because we're letting it warm up, letting it idle for a little bit to warm up. But well, just a second, I'll tell you, man, we're getting awful shaky. All right, we've made it to our location, which isn't very far at all, guys. So here's where the meter base is going, right here. Over here is where the transformer's going, right there. The power, and which is always, I mean, we've always known it was here. We just didn't want to hook up to it, but the power is right here. Like, here's the road. There's our house, right? So it's like 200 feet to power from where our main panel is in the house. And so, and we always knew it was there, but like I said, we wanted to be off grid. We wanted to make sure that our off-grid system worked. We've been running off-grid for 6 years now, no problem. So why would you hook up to the grid when you've got a fully functioning off-grid system? A couple of reasons. Number one, it's so close and it's right there. It just makes sense. Property value, right? All of that is, it's just wise to do, right? And so that's number one, but we're not gonna rely on it, right? We're gonna be off grid, but we'll be hooked up to the grid for property value reasons. Another one is we can run like a 30 amp circuit from here and run it back this way behind the woodshed over to the solar shed, and then use grid power as backup power for our off-grid solar system in the winter time. Right now, the alternative to that is to run the generator that we've been running, but man, we go through hundreds of dollars of gasoline every winter to run that generator. And that generator is not really designed for long-term use. It doesn't start automatically. You got to go out there and start it by yourself. But you know, we could get a big, like, you know, I don't know. Well, I mean, what would we need? 200 amp service. We'd need like a 48 kilowatt backup generator, which would cost more than double the price that it's costing us to hook up to the grid. Plus, you've got all of the maintenance and the fuel cost and everything else associated with it. Not to mention, it's not going to really increase our property value by very much. Where's the thumb control? Great. I forget where the thumb is. I'm gonna have to call Norm and ask him. All right, just a quick little call to Norm. Thank you, Norm, for helping me out. And this is also Norm and Kim's, it's actually Kim's excavator, But Mountain Beaches, if you want to check out their channel. This is their excavator. I always say it wrong, I don't know why. But it's theirs, and they're letting us borrow it for this project. Thank you very much. But we got it figured out. So what we're going to be doing is clearing out some of these trees, and then we're going to take out some other trees that are going to be in the way, and then we'll start trenching. Trying to pull them out right by the roots. All right, so we got a hold of that little tree there, and we're just trying to pull it up out of, so we don't have to deal with its stump afterwards. And that ground, man, it's like bulging up right there. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it or not. We end up breaking it off here. All right. There we go. Whew. Got a bunch of other trees down. This is the most dangerous one because it's closest to the house. So we're just digging around the roots on the sides that we want to push it from, and then we won't dig the roots out on the other side so that it can't fall towards the house. And then we'll just push it right where it's supposed to go. You ready?
Okay.
Well, we're gonna try anyway. He doesn't quite want to go yet.
No.
But it's definitely falling away from the house, which is good.
Yes.
Yesterday I got a little carried away and started actually working towards trenching it, but check this out, man, it looks great. Oh yeah, buddy, look at that. But we've got it kind of parked out, trimmed up nice and high. There's a lot more parking right here even, just because we trimmed up the branches, but we made this roundabout much easier to navigate, especially for a big vehicle or a vehicle with a trailer. Right, you come in here, and then we took out a tree over there, and we took out a tree over here, which made them really tight corners when those trees were there. Now they're gone. You come right around beautifully. And then we started tearing up the driveway. This is all gravel here. We wanted to get down to the original dirt level so that we didn't really waste all that gravel. Get this moved out of the way, trench through it, put new fabric down in its spot, and then cover it back up with the gravel. Hopefully it just disappears. But I'll show you over here. We've got this area nice and cleared out. We can come in here and trench up to here. Pedestal goes here. We come across here and we turn, go into the house. Living off grid helps us stay independent, but one of the things that's still tough to get off grid is all of our personal information that is out there online, man. And I was shocked when I saw how much of our information is floating around out there in the internet. That's why we use Delete Me, today's sponsor. There are hundreds of data broker and people search websites out there that legally sell your name, address, phone number, even the names of your relatives to anybody with a credit card. Delete Me is a hands-free service that removes all of your personal information from those sites and sends you a report showing you what's been taken down. Right? They use their own technology. They don't outsource it to third parties. Their privacy advisors are real people that you can actually talk to. They've been doing this for 15 years and were recently named by Wirecutter as the #1 data removal service trusted by judges, election workers, and regular folks just like us. For me, it's about peace of mind. I've been working hard to get off grid, and now my goal is to get our data off grid as well. You can get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/Martin and use the coupon code Martin, or you can scan the QR code that is on the screen here. That is joindeleteme.com/Martin, code Martin. It's coming out really good, guys. Check it out here. Trenched all the way from over there to here. Pedestal goes there. Whew. Cruising down this way. Nice gentle sweep so we can bend that conduit around here and get over to where the panel's gonna be, or where the panel is actually. Let me show you that. This is kind of the danger zone here. All right, so we came from over there. And right in here, my concern is the well wiring and plumbing comes from this corner and like curves and goes that way over there to the well. But I looked at our old video where we trenched this and hooked up. I think we're gonna be fine. I think we're gonna miss it. We need to come in right here. I just drilled a hole through there. So we got to get right here, right along the house and then up 3 feet deep. So that's going to be, you know, a little tricky, but I'll show you here the panel right here. We got to come in right there. I think I'm going to drill that out and get the LB mounted first so that I don't have to be standing in the trench working on it to get that part connected.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah.
You're throwing a lot of sparks.
No, man. It's because I'm so fancy.
Is that good for our house?
Yeah. Come on. Leveling the pedestal. Making sure that we're good. Then we'll mount it, or we'll fasten it to that tree there to hold it up until we backfill. All right, now the tops of the poster level. We're gonna make sure the box is not level, so we've got to bring this side up just a little bit, and then we'll be good to go. We got our pedestal all set. Now we're gonna put in the 3-inch conduit because it's gonna be the easiest to do, I think anyway. And gotta glue it up, get it in there. We'll see how it goes. This is the glue that we're using right here. It's for PVC. It's called Regular Bond Clear Low Phos. VOC.
Does it smell good?
Got a little close.
Yikes.
Might need your help here.
Okay. Is it fast acting?
Pretty fast. Just like doing plumbing.
Same
Same stuff.
Hold it up, or?
Yeah, the back end back there, please.
Okay. All right, going to the back end.
We got all of it 40 feet right here glued together. We got to cut this end off so that we can put this sweep on there. Got it?
Yeah. Yep.
That other 90 at the end is not glued, so it doesn't really matter how this one goes on, because we'll line it up and then we'll glue the other end on. Ready?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Whew, we got to dig our trench over just a little bit that way because the conduit won't fit properly.
Mini X to the rescue. Thanks, Norman Kim. Whew, because that'd be a lot of shoveling to do. I think you're on the pipe.
Huh?
You're on the pipe over there.
Can you pull it out of the way? 6 inches to the top of that.
Is this pipe different?
Yeah, this is schedule 80 pipe. So there's schedule 40 and there's schedule 80. And the 80 is for the above ground stuff and 40 is for the underground stuff.
Does that have to do with the thickness of it?
Yeah, I guess so. The durability of it. We'll cut off 8 and then we can cut it down. But we don't want to cut it too short.
That's pretty cool. It's like a telescoping one, huh?
Yeah. It's so that the pipe can move up and down with the frost heave.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it'll flex right here. It'll go in and out.
Nice. What do you think about that?
I think that'll work. We got the 3-inch one done. That was the easy one, but it was hard.
Wow, look at those flowers. What are they? They're gorgeous.
See?
Climbed up that tree this year too.
This right here is the wire that we're using. Yeah. And this right here is the end. You can see we've got 2 bigger ones, 1 little smaller one, and then the ground right there. I forget what gauge. Oh, they're 4/0 wire. 2 4/0. We're gonna roll it out and then we're gonna slide the conduit over it rather than trying to pull this wire through the conduit.
Some heavy stuff.
Yeah, pretty heavy. Ready? Let's go over here.
Okay, let's try it then. And then just try to push 2 at once.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna pull it. Probably do 3.
Stuff is heavier than it looks.
Well, turns out that wire is super easy to pull through the conduit. Like, I can grab it like this and just pull with one arm and pull it right through. So we didn't need to go through all of that, putting the conduit on it first probably, but we did it that way anyway. So now we got to get that connected to here and that wire up and through there. Complicated? Maybe.
You got a sweat heart on your chest.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a smiley face on your back.
Yeah, huh? It's weird. Talented, I tell you.
You sweat in shapes.
I trained my body to sweat in art. Cool.
Final stages.
Yeah.
You know it's final when glue comes out.
I'm back at the pedestal, working on the 2-inch conduit. Got to get it all set up here, and we might get the wire all the way run today. Still some other stuff we got to do before we're finished. We got to put in the grounding rods and all that fun stuff, but we're getting there. I think there's going to be brown running down the shower drain today, Jules.
Yeah. For sure. Back to the moon dust step.
Yeah, thought we were done with the moon dust stage. We passed the inspection. Check it out. Oh, the little silver sticker right there. That means we can start backfilling all of this. I'm adding water to the trench because this stuff's really powdery and it'll just help it compact better. And I don't want to have to come back and add dirt later. So hopefully we can get it all compacted really well. But I didn't connect these wires here yet because, well, I wanted to ask him some questions about that before I did it, but he gave us the permit. We just got to get all this stuff connected here and we're ready to energize the system as soon as we just connect the wires like we're supposed to. So let's start backfilling this. I'll show you what we need to do inside the house, right over at the panel over there. There's some things that we've got to change in there according to the inspector, and so we're going to do that, get this backfilled. So the inspector looked at our panel. Everything is cool except we've got to separate the neutrals and the ground. The neutrals and ground are connected way out there at the pedestal, but they got to be separated here. And so we had to get one of these, and we had to get one of these, and I got another one of these. So we'll be installing this now. All right, so this guy is going to go on here. Got to take one of these out. I think we got to take two out actually. Take two out, and if we don't need to take both of them out, then we'll put the other one back. And then this guy is going to slide on there, just like that. And this one goes in here. Come on, buddy. There we go. Tight. All right, now our big ground wire can connect onto there. And all of our little ones go in here. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the square, just because it's a little bit easier when you're not really trying to crank it down. Like that, man, that's cool, huh? Look at that. Dink. And this will be the plug that'll go in here and tighten down on the ground wire. So now let's see where we want to install this guy. I'm thinking, see, all of our ground wires are down here. All the ones that come in from the bottom are going to be too short, most likely. I really wanted to put it up here. That'd have been awesome. Huh, can it go here? Can't go there. That'd have been cool though. Would have been in the way though of these. I'm gonna figure this out. I'll be back. All right, so I found where to put it. One is going right here and one is going right here. And so we're gonna move some of these neutrals up and we're gonna move all of these neutrals up to here where it's all free. And that way we're not congested here with wires. We got the power turned off now, so these two are hot right here still. You know, I'll just go out there and turn it off also at the solar shed. Better safe than sorry, huh? All right, let's check out the progress. We've got the trench mostly full and compacted because we're gonna put this in that part of the trench. We had some for Northern Lights, right, to go from the pedestal here, right, it goes underground and goes over there to where the transformer is gonna be, but I needed to get some to go this way with it as well. And so we're gonna put this in today. Let me show you the panel. There we go. We've got our two positives. We've got our neutral and our ground. And then our ground, oh yeah, it comes up here. Just the regular copper ground. It goes down 2 grounding rods. And I don't remember if you guys saw those in the video or not, but they're right over there, 6 feet apart, and good to go. Inspector already inspected all that. It's good. Cruise inside. I'll show you. I think last time we talked, I was working on separating the grounds, right? Because I think I explained it already. But anyway, what the inspector said was that out here, the grounds are connected with the neutral, right? And at our solar panels, or our solar shed, right? He went out there and checked that out. And the neutrals and the grounds are connected at the solar shed because that's treated as a service. All right, but for this panel here, they need to be separated. And so right now, right, we're running on the solar, and so the grounds and the neutrals are separated, but they're connected out at the service, the solar service. And then if we were to turn this off and turn the grid on, right, which has this lockout feature right here, then we would be able to, we would have our ground and neutral tied together at that service over there. So either way we function, it's set up properly, right? According to the inspector. And so he'll come out and just check this out one more time before we actually energize the system from the grid. I'm gonna go ahead and put the tape in here, and then we'll backfill it. And we'll have to order some gravel, get some more road fabric and all that kind of fun stuff. It'll be just like, it'll be better than it was before. Actually, the driveway is gonna be better than it was, and bigger. So anyway, let's get it done. There you have it, guys. Northern Lights came out, they did their part, they put the transformer in, they put the meter in, and we had our final electrical inspection for our whole off-grid homestead. Good to go, man, good to go. So let me show you how it works. First, you got to make sure that the 200 amp breaker is on over there. It comes underground, comes down through here, comes up to this LB and goes into the panel. Now, you saw all of that already inside the panel, but this is what I wanted to show you. This right here is our solar lockout, okay? So right now, we're running off of this 50 amp breaker right here that comes from our off-grid solar system. That power comes from the solar shed, comes into the house, comes over to the panel, and comes into this 50 amp breaker, which then feeds all of the breakers for the entire house. Now this is the 200 amp main breaker from over there. It's turned off and you can't turn it on because this is in the way. If you want to turn the main breaker on, then you have to turn this one off, slide this up, and then you can turn this on. And so all of that does is make sure 100% that you cannot have your grid power on and your solar power on at the same time. You also can't accidentally backfeed solar power from the solar shed back down through the lines, through the grid, and then electrocute somebody that's working on the line somewhere, right? So it's a safety feature, not only for our equipment, but also for everybody that could be working on the lines. Let's cruise back here. I'll give you a very quick, brief overview of our off-grid solar system, and then, well, you'll see how it all works, man. Solar panels. We've got about 30 solar panels here, 10,000 watts of solar power, and then you come over here, and you look at this right here. This is the disconnects for all the solar panels. Close that up. Let's cruise in here really quick. I'll show you our off-grid solar, like the setup in here. So our solar power comes into these two MPPT charge controllers. From here, they come down and they go through here. They go up into this distributor here. There's fuses underneath each one of these here. They come into here, they go down to our batteries, charge all of our batteries down here, come back up, go through those switches, back up into the distributor, through a fuse, through fuse, through fuse, over to here. And they come down these two, come over here, up to our inverters. These are 5,000 volt amp inverters, 48 volts. They charge the batteries, they change the battery power to 240 volt split phase AC. It comes down out of these two, comes over to here, goes into here, then goes into the wall, down, underground, and over to the LB, and then back to the panel, which we saw earlier. Now, for our backup power solution, what we're currently using is this guy right here. In the winter time, we use this generator. You have to come out, you have to manually start it, right? And we use this gas right here. We put it in there and we run it. Costs us hundreds of dollars every winter in gasoline to run that. We got to run it like every 3 days or so-ish, right around in there, depending on how much power we're using. In our next video, we will be installing our ultimate backup power solution for our off-grid solar system. That's in addition to that gas generator over there. I will link to it right up over here as soon as that video comes out, and I will link right here to the 6 big mistakes we made while we were installing our off-grid solar system. You're definitely going to want to check that out also. I will see you over in one of these 2 videos in just a second. We hope you guys have a really great day and keep smiling. Hey, by the way, don't forget that you can get 20% off of your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/Martin and use the code Martin, or you can scan the QR code that is on the screen right here.